there's no other way to start off this particular set of videos today other than, wow, Donald Trump blew it last night. He had an opportunity, as he has had many times before, to act like a normal, rational, decent individual with policy-focused answers in a presidential debate. A job interview. And he did not do that, to say the least. In fact, there wasn't just one moment that you could pinpoint, that you could look at and say, right there, that's it. That's the moment he lost the debate. That's the moment, in fact, that he lost this presidential election. There were several, but there's one that I'm going to point to right now. And before I do, let's begin with a prediction from Sean Hannity, the prognosticator of prognosticators. If you've known Donald Trump as long as Sean Hannity has, if you are as intertwined in the personality and the makeup of who Donald Trump is as much as Sean Hannity is, why would you make predictions like the one you're getting ready to hear, where he says, "Do I think she will be able to rattle him in any way?" I would argue right now the chance is 0.001% that Kamala Harris would be able to rattle or trigger Donald Trump. And then he adds, do I think he will be respectful? I do. Both of those predictions ended up being wrong in just a nanosecond.
Do I think that she will be able to rattle him in any way? No, I would argue right now the chance is 0.001%. Do I think he will be respectful? I do.
So obviously, that was not the case. Only moments later after that prediction, this particular moment took place where Kamala Harris absolutely did rattle Donald Trump, where he lost all his, in the Marine Corps, we called it bearings. He lost his bearings. He lost his composure. He just flew into conspiracy rambling mode. And what did it? What got him there? It was her inviting people to go to a Trump rally and see how people are yawning and tired and leaving early. And that, just that, sent him over the edge into a maniacal, raving, lunatic rant about people eating pets, a racist conspiracy theory that has been debunked time and time and time again. It's not like the media says, well, there's no evidence for it. It's a lie. It's a conspiracy that is rooted in racism, which we'll talk about. But first, watch the very moment that Donald Trump unraveled like a shitty sweater.
And I'm going to actually do something really unusual, and I'm going to invite you to attend one of Donald Trump's rallies, because it's a really interesting thing to watch. You will see during the course of his rallies, he talks about fictional characters like Hannibal Lecter. He will talk about windmills cause cancer. And what you will also notice is that people start leaving his rallies early out of exhaustion and boredom. And I will tell you, the one thing you will not hear him talk about is you. You will not hear him talk about your needs, your dreams, and your desires. And I'll tell you, I believe you deserve a president who actually puts you first, and I pledge to you that I will.
Vice President Harris, thank you. President Trump, on that point, I want to get your response.
Well, I would like to respond.
Let me just ask, though, why did you try to kill that bill, and successfully so, that would have put thousands of additional agents and officers on the border?
First, let me respond as to the
Please.
rallies. She said people start leaving. People don't go to her rallies. There's no reason to go. And the people that do go, she's bussing them in and paying them to be there, and then showing them in a different light. So she can't talk about that. People don't leave my rallies. We have the biggest rallies, the most incredible rallies in the history of politics. That's because people want to take their country back. Our country is being lost. We're a failing nation. And it happened 3.5 years ago. And what's going on here, you're going to end up in World War III, just to go into another subject. What they have done to our country by allowing these millions and millions of people to come into our country, and look at what's happening to the towns all over the United States. And a lot of towns don't want to talk. It's not going to be Aurora or Springfield. A lot of towns don't want to talk about it because they're so embarrassed by it. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame. As far as rallies are concerned, as far as the reason they go is they like what I say. They want to bring our country back. They want to make America great again. It's a very simple phrase, make America great again. She's destroying this country, and if she becomes president, this country doesn't have a chance of success. Not only success, we'll end up being Venezuela on steroids.
I just want to clarify here. You bring up Springfield, Ohio, and ABC News did reach out to the city manager there. He told us there have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals within the immigrant community.
Well, I've seen people on television.
Let me just say here, this is the
people on television say my dog was taken and used for food. So maybe he said that, and maybe that's a good thing to say for a city manager.
I'm not taking this from
but
television.
But the people
I'm
on
taking
television
it from the city
saying
manager.
their dog was eaten by the people that went there.
Again, the Springfield city manager says there's no evidence of that. Vice
We'll
President
find
Harris,
out.
I'll let you respond to the rest of what you've heard.
You talk about extreme.
I know that I say it's cliche to say that the choice is clear this presidential election, but the choice is pretty clear. Crystal, in fact, if we're laying categorization down of just how clear it is. Donald Trump, unfit to be president of the United States, unfit to be your crazy grandpa at Thanksgiving dinner. Donald Trump is unhinged and detached from the reality that you and I exist in, that we navigate on a daily basis. When pressed, where does he go? Immediately to racism and conspiracy theory. And what got him there? Challenging the sides of his crowds. Just bizarre. And then she brought it up later in the debate that this is not a man who has the temperament to be a world leader, that he can be cajoled through flattery, he can be manipulated through praise, but he can also be ramped up into an unhinged, psychopathic, lunatic rant session just by talking about the fact that his crowds are not what he says they are. Now, to the conspiracy theory that Haitians are gobbling up people's kitties and dogs. They're not making this accusation against people who emigrate here from Sweden or Norway or a largely white country. It's always demonizing a black person or a person of color, someone from Latin America. Never is it a white person who is being denigrated and fear being stoked that your pets are going to be eaten, that ducks and geese from the local park are being slaughtered and eaten. It's always someone who's black. It's always someone who's brown. Donald Trump is a virulent white supremacist, a racist. And he was walking into the debate being faced with a black woman, apoplectic, beside himself, wouldn't even look over at her as she spoke. She, very comfortable in her skin, looking at Donald Trump, looking over at him, addressing him calmly, rationally, decently, and he couldn't handle it. Anyway, I believe that's the moment. I would love your opinion. What do you think? Did you watch the debate? There's several other moments I'm going to talk about in subsequent videos. Please stick around, check those out. Make sure you're subscribed. If you do have an opinion that you want to leave elsewhere other than the comments, in addition to your comment, wink, wink, call me and leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. If you want to help support this work, produce these videos, click the join button below, become a channel member for $1.99 a month, or even better, because they take way less of a cut than YouTube does, you can go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. I love and appreciate you very much. If you're around on the social media, I am at Dollemore. I'd love to see you there, and I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.